From hoe to hoodie, how West African youth really see agriculture. Spoiler alert, it is complicated, ambitious, digital, and ripe for disruption. Farming is not the problem. The image is. Across West Africa, millennials and Gen Z youth agree on one thing: agriculture feeds nations, employs millions, and anchors culture. Yet many still whisper a quiet "not for me" when the word farming comes up. Why? Because agriculture is too often sold as hardship, not opportunity. Mud, machetes, and misery versus innovation, income and impact. The gap between reality and perception is where we lose young people. Series Introduction. It's Wednesday, the 21st of January, 2026. Welcome to the 147th edition of the Ouria Series. In this video, we do a deep dive into how West African youth really see agriculture. Before we get started, we would like to take a moment to welcome you to this channel. If you are visiting us for the first time, please subscribe, smash the like button, share this video and help us grow our family. If you have already subscribed, then show your support by liking the video and making a comment. Now let's jump right back in. Millennials versus Gen Z, same soil, different lenses. Millennials and Gen Z may be standing on the same farmland, but they are looking at it through very different filters. For millennials, agriculture is personal. Many grew up close to the soil, watching parents and grandparents farm through grit, routine and resilience. Farming was rarely glamorous, but it was dependable. This generation sees agriculture as a safety net and, increasingly, as a second chance. When corporate jobs disappoint or urban life proves expensive, agriculture becomes a rational pivot. Millennials want proof of profitability. They ask practical questions about yields, margins and market access. If the numbers make sense, they commit. If not, they diversify or walk away.
Gen Z, on the other hand, has no such nostalgia. Their relationship with agriculture is largely conceptual. They did not grow up farming, they grew up online. Their reference points are climate change documentaries, food sustainability conversations and agri-tech success stories on social media. For Gen Z, agriculture must be innovative, tech-driven and values-led. They want to know if farming can be automated, climate-smart, scalable and socially impactful. If it looks analog, slow or isolating, interest drops instantly. Patience also divides them. Millennials are willing to wait, build gradually and tolerate risk. Gen Z expects faster feedback loops. They want visibility, mentorship and clear growth pathways. They are less forgiving of systemic inefficiencies and more vocal about policy failure. Where millennials adapt quietly, Gen Z challenges loudly. In short, millennials ask, "Can I make a living from this?" Gen Z asks, "Can I build a future with this?" Winning both generations requires different conversations, different incentives, and different storytelling. Treating youth as one homogeneous group is the fastest way to lose them all. Anglophone West Africa, agribusiness or bust. In English-speaking countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone and Liberia, agriculture is increasingly framed as agribusiness. Youth are encouraged to farm with spreadsheets, apps and pitch decks. Nigeria leads the hype. Agri-tech startups, social media farmer influencers and accelerator programs paint agriculture as a startup sector. The challenge? Many youth chase grants rather than grit. When funding dries up, so does interest. Ghana strikes a more balanced note. Agriculture is promoted as a viable career but still battles the stigma of being a fallback option for those who did not make it elsewhere. Across Anglophone countries, youth see agriculture as an entrepreneurial gamble. High reward, high risk, low patience from banks.
Francophone West Africa, tradition meets tension. In French-speaking countries like Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Benin, agriculture carries deeper cultural weight. Farming is identity, not just income. Youth respect agriculture but often feel trapped by it. Many want out, not in. Rural exodus is real. Cities promise status, structure, and salaries. That said, Francophone youth are warming to agriculture through cooperatives, value chains, and export markets. Cocoa, cashew, cotton, and horticulture feel tangible and organized. The issue is bureaucracy. Access to land, finance, and approvals is often slow and centralized. Here, agriculture is respected but rarely rebranded as aspirational. The shared youth reality, barriers that bite. Across both linguistic blocks, youth face the same frustrations. Limited access to land. Expensive or unavailable credit. Outdated extension services. Weak infrastructure. Climate shocks. Policy inconsistency. Young people are not allergic to hard work. They are allergic to uncertainty without support. Mentors, make farming fashionable and feasible. Mentorship is not motivational speeches. It is a modeling success. Mentorship is the missing middle between policy ambition and youth action. It is where theory meets reality and where agriculture stops being an abstract opportunity and starts looking like a real career. For West African youth, mentors must do more than inspire. They must demystify. Young people need to see the full agricultural value chain in motion, from land acquisition and production to processing, packaging, branding, and export. A mentor who only teaches planting seasons but not pricing strategies is preparing youth for survival, not success. Making farming fashionable starts with visibility. Successful farmers and agripreneurs should be as visible as tech founders and creatives. Show the numbers. Share the failures.
Highlight lifestyles that challenge the tired image of agriculture as endless labor with little reward. When youth see mentors who earn well, travel, innovate, and influence policy, agriculture suddenly looks aspirational. Feasibility, however, is where mentorship earns its credibility. Mentors must help youth navigate access to land, finance, inputs, and markets. Introductions matter. A single phone call to a landowner, processor, or buyer can save a young farmer years of frustration. This generation values networks as much as knowledge. Mentorship must also be structured. Informal advice over coffee is no longer enough. Youth need incubation programs, apprenticeships, and peer learning communities that combine technical skills with business, leadership, and climate resilience training. Digital tools, data-driven decision-making, and market intelligence should be standard, not optional. Crucially, mentors must understand generational differences. Millennials may need guidance on scaling and formalizing operations. Gen Z needs room to experiment, fail fast, and innovate. One-size-fits-all mentorship is a fast track to disengagement. When mentorship is done right, farming becomes both cool and credible. It shifts agriculture from a last resort to a deliberate choice. And in a region where youth make up the majority, that shift could be the most powerful agricultural investment of all. Policymakers, from promises to practical pathways. Youth do not need another policy document. They need implementation. Secure land tenure for young farmers. Create youth-focused agricultural zones. Offer tax incentives for agribusiness startups. They risk lending through guarantees, not speeches. Education systems must evolve too. Agriculture should be taught as science, business, and climate strategy, not punishment for weak students.
Regulators, enable, do not entangle. Regulation should protect, not paralyze. Simplify registration for agribusinesses. Standardize quality requirements. Digitize approvals. Support cross-border trade within ECOWAS. Youth are ready to scale regionally. Do not tie them down locally. Rebranding agriculture, the youth way. To win Millennials and Gen Z, agriculture must be reimagined. Less charity, more capital. Less subsistence, more systems. Less nostalgia, more narrative. Tell stories of innovation. Celebrate tech-enabled farmers. Link agriculture to climate resilience, food security, and global markets. Agriculture is not backward. Our messaging is. The bottom line, the future is already farming. West Africa does not have a youth problem. It has a perception problem. Young people are ready to farm differently, think globally, and build boldly. Whether they choose agriculture depends on whether leaders choose to listen, invest, and reform. The land is waiting. The youth are watching. The question is simple. Will agriculture finally meet them where they are? If it does, the next agricultural revolution in West Africa will not wear overalls. It will wear ambition. Quote of the week: the ultimate goal of farming is not the growing of crops, but the cultivation and perfection of human beings. Masanobu Fukuoka.